In this video, we're going to run through a tutorial of how we can apply visual modeling for data generation. Visual modeling allows you to achieve full data coverage and alignment with your data requirements. Visual modeling, you can come and you can define all the data scenarios you need in a visual format. And what we can do from there is we can apply our data generation routines to go and populate your backend databases, files, and different data sources. In this tutorial, we're firstly going to look at an existing activity we've created in a previous video. We're then going to create a model. We're going to use that model to publish some data, and we're then going to look at expanding our model with a much richer set of scenarios, looking at a data requirement. So in a previous video, we created a data activity, and the purpose of this data activity was we created a rule set that spanned across credit cards, accounts, and customers. And what we did off of that is we created a form where we could go and enter a balance and a card type, and we could go and populate these three tables in our back end. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to leverage this activity inside a model so that we can create lots of different data scenarios. So we're going to call this our credit and accounts. And we're going to come in and create a new model, click open. Now, when we're talking about a model, we're talking about a visual model where we can come in and we can start to drag and drop different processes and we can connect them together to define different data scenarios. Now, if I open up the left-hand side, what we can do is we can navigate through our folder structure. We can select the activity that we've just been looking at, and we can drag and drop that onto the canvas. Now, if we hit save on this, what we'll see is that that has also generated some blocks for us. We can connect this into the larger model here. And then let's take a look at what this entails. So here, this is going through our balance. We're going through our card type. And then at the end, we have an activity here, which is going to go away and create this data. Now, if we look behind these blocks, what we actually have are different balances and different card types. And we can edit these. So we can give in here a balance of 1,500. We can update the block name to be 1,500 balance. We can also have different card types in here. So at the moment we've got American Express. It could also be Visa, for instance. And then we can come in and change the block name. Now we're going to try this just to get started. And to do that, we hit the generate button here. And what that does is it generates scenarios for our model. So at the moment, we're just looking at a happy path. We're looking at a linear one. We could go off and we could embed different routes in here. So we could add different card types. So we can say in here, actually, we do want to come back to Amex. We'll embed that as our variable. We can hit generate. And what that is going to do is give us two paths this time. And those two paths go through different scenarios. Once we have our scenarios, we can come in and go to export. We can select test data, and we can select to create model data and hit execute. And what that will do is it will take these two data scenarios we have and it will populate them in our backend database. What we'll see here is our job is complete. Let's come in and look at our data now. So let's go in and look at our credit cards. And what we'll see is that we've got a credit card of type Visa and we've got a credit type of Amex that's come through. And that is these two scenarios that we've created here. Now we can go in and we can create much richer models, which is what we're going to do now, and then loop back. So here we've just gone a little bit deeper to model out some scenarios. We've included some extra fields like salary. If their salary is below 20,000, no credit card is allowed. If they have a salary between 20 and 50K, we're only going to let them have a credit card with a starter balance of 500, and that card type is going to be Capital One. If they earn over 50K, they can have a much bigger balance and they can have a wider array of card types that can be allocated. Now, what we can do then is we can hit the generate button. And that will generate 4 different data scenarios. And we can go much, much bigger here. We can create much wider models with different rule sets embedded. And we can also embed subflows in here. But the goal is always we can come out and we can generate those data combinations with rules and coverage embedded into our backend data sources. So we'll see here our data is generated again. Let's have another look and we'll see we've got our Capital One, our Amex and our different cards created in our database. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to learn more, visit curiositysoftware.ie.